Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. How's it going, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions, and welcome to your advanced look at the Complete Harrow County Slipcase Hardcover Edition from Dark Horse Comics. So let's go ahead and check out this creepy and eerie, wonderful collection. Before going any further, a big thank you to the folks at Dark Horse Comics for sending us an advance copy of this Complete Harrow County Slipcase Hardcover Edition. This book is due out in the direct market and book market on November 26th. I do believe it was supposed to come out on October. I think it was the first week of October, but there was a little bit of a delay. So what we're looking at here is the Slipcase Edition. This does come sealed in plastic, and yes, how dare I? There is a leaflet and telling you a little bit about the book and what's collected in here, and of course the retail price of the book. So I don't know how many of you keep the leaflets, but I do. I love leaflets. There's dozens of us. Now, you're probably wondering, what in the hell is this? Why this design? Well, this is a really cool design to people that have read the book and know exactly what is in this wooden drawer. Because when you pull it, here, let me do it this way. When you pull it out of the drawer, it is the skin of the skinless boy. That is so freaking awesome that they did that. They put a lot of thought into this. The only thing missing really would have been like wooden knobs right here. I guess really made out of wood, but then that would have, bumped that price up. Because it is $149.99. The book does have 1,080 pages. So what we're going to do is get it out of the slipcase. So there's the skinless boy. And again, no pattern or anything, it's just black there. There is the sticker right here telling you the ISBN. And then, fine furniture, Bunn and Crook and cabinets. I like that joke. Now, I do find it interesting that the actual spine of the book is just the knobs right there. Then, of course, the back. One thing you probably notice are the pages. The edging there, it's black, giving it that eerie look. Love it. Now, the big question that I've been getting is, what is collected in this collection? Every bit of the Harrow County Library Editions, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4, including the secret covers, which is underneath the dust jacket. They even included that, and we're going to go through it thoroughly. Now, what's not collected in here is the Tales of Harrow County Library Edition. There are stories in here from Tales of Harrow County, not from this, but from the backup stories here. But this is actually a collection of two different miniseries that focuses on the characters of Harrow County. So this is not collected in this big Complete Harrow County. This is just the 32 issues that are collected here. So one thing you probably notice is, wait a second, this is the same size as a library edition. That's right. That means it is taller than an omnibus edition. Not only taller, but also longer than an omnibus edition. So what I'm going to do is crack this book open, talk about the premise of the stories in here, show off this wonderful, eerie artwork by Tyler Crook, look at the build, and then look at the extras. And then I'll do a comparison to some of the library edition pages. All right, let's go ahead and get this hardcover opened. One thing you probably notice is it doesn't have a dust jacket. It's just art on board, and here's your end sheets right here. And the title page, The Complete Harrow County, and it is. Here are the credits, written all by Cullen Bunn. Tyler Crook is doing not just the pencils, the inks, but the beautiful painted, oh my gosh, it looks amazing, watercolors and the lettering. Now there is a couple of fill-in issues by Carla Speed McNeil, Jen Manley Lee, and then Hannah Lavender. So they do help out for just a few issues, total of 4 of them. Everything else is all done by Tyler Crook. And There's a frame around the cover of issue number 1. Hey, that looks familiar, right? That's right. A little bit of the people that helped put this big book together, and the dedications over here on the left-hand side. So this, for the first time, collects the entirety of Harrow County 1 through 32. The book has 1,080 pages. It's a big book and oversized, and retails for $150. So what is this book about? What is going on through the series? What makes it so eerie, as I mentioned? Well, the very first thing we see is a flashback. We don't really know exactly when it takes place. We're not given a year, but you can tell that the town folks have gathered to hang what they claim is a witch up. And this is the character of Hester Beck. They try hanging her, and then they try burning her. And she makes an oath that she will see them again. Now, we don't know when that was, but we do start off the story. I love that each chapter starts off with Harrow County, whether it's the stars or the ground or the plants. Something always makes up the words Harrow County at the beginning of each chapter. Now, we start off in the 1930s here, the early 1930s, and we meet this young lady. This is Emmy Crawford, who is about to turn 18, and she is getting creeped out by this tree, this oak tree that is hanging out in her father's farm. And her father's name is Isaac Crawford, and she keeps having visions, and it's a unique take on a child seeing visions because she doesn't really mind them. She's not really freaking out about them. She's just like, yeah, whatever. And they live on a farm, and one of the things, as she's getting ready to turn 18, or just turned 18, is that she has the capability to heal. Not just the animals that are living on the farm, but also herself. Now, with the healing, there comes a price, but you can find out exactly what that price is. But her father does see that she has this godlike ability to just heal animals. Now, later on, that gets turned a little bit. This is her best friend, Bernice Anderson, who is a big part of her life, and both of them are the same age, and both of them living here in the South in the 1930s. And one day in the woods, she sees this young boy, and she chases after him. She's talking to him, and what she does is she runs up on, not the boy, but the skin. And the skin starts talking to her. And that's where chapter 1 ends. And we get chapter 2. See what I mean? Harrow County. Love it. Love that. That's so unique. And again, the watercolors. So Emmy, for some reason, again, not being freaked out by these haints, as we call them, takes the skin and puts it in a bag and takes it with her. So the skin does talk to her, and it becomes her familiar. So this particular haint, as these things of the unknown are called in this book, the skinless boy becomes Emmy's familiar. Now, the skin becomes a familiar because he can talk. The skinless boy that's out there looking for his skin can't really talk. And oh my gosh, there's later on you get to find out like the backstory behind him, and it's so heartbreaking. And I say that about a really creepy character. So Emmy and Bernice explored the unexplained in this county, and the more they explore, the more haints they see. So it's not just witches and skinless boys or skeletons on fire, but it's also things like goblins and demons and other types of haints. Now, why is she developing that power, and why is there a backup or the flashback here of this witch? I call her witch, Hester Beck. Why does she play a big role in this? Because the town folk now think, because she's turned 18, that she is either the incarnation of that witch. But is she her daughter? Or is she, because how much time has passed since that burning? Or is she someone else? Or is she the good counterpart to what Hester was? There are other characters that appear through here, like we meet her twin sister that lives in New York City, and that is Cammie. Now, Cammie is a different type of character than the character of Emmy. She plays a different role in Emmy's life. So the town folks want her because they think that she is the reincarnation of Hester. But You can find out exactly how she gets out of that. That's just pretty much the first book, the first storyline. Later on, you get to see the expanded universe as her family, because she thought she was alone. She thought she was unique in that she has powers and she's taking care of Harrow County. But the more you read, the more you find out that she's had a past, and this past comes with a family. Like there's characters that are part of the family from the old days that she comes from. Bernice plays a huge important, like this is a turning point for the character of Bernice. I love her grandma, and what the rules of what you should and should not say out loud. Oh, it's so awesome. I love this book. This is the fill-in issue right here, which the artwork looks a lot different than that of Tyler Crook's. Tyler Crook, of course, had come from the world of BPRD. Cullen Bunn, he had written a couple of things for Boom, I believe, but this was kind of the thing, at least for me, that put his name on the map as far as independent stuff. Because he had done things at Marvel and DC, like he had done Magneto and, of course, X-Men Blue. But for me, this book that came out, I think it came out in 2015, the first trade paperback, is what really did it. And I was just blown away with just how dark and twisted his stories are. I would say this is Gothic, like American Gothic horror is the way that I would best describe this, because we are looking at something really beautiful. Like every one of these panels feels like it could be sitting in your grandmother's living room or her kitchen as a painting, because it's just this part of America that just no longer exists. Well, maybe it shouldn't with all the goblins. Although the goblins, what's her name? Priscilla? Adorable, even though she's freaky looking at first. She becomes a big part in this story. And so there's another character that looks so creepy at first, and like, oh man, the Abandoned. I don't know if I'd mess with that thing. But the more you read, the more the character of Emmy starts changing, and her relationship to that of Bernice. Both of them, like, it's I don't want to spoil this. Let me put it this way. This is just a story about witches and demons and a young girl that lives in this weird county. It's not just a huge book, but it's a story about growing up. It's a story about the unknown after childhood. Like, it's that moment of, yes, going to from 17 to 18 is a big deal, but finding out that the adults around you are kind of jerks and liars, and you've been lied to a lot of your life. And then finding the good in people, and finding your true friends and what you're meant to do in life. It's about change, and it's about growing up. That's really what this particular series is about to me. Harrow County. Very nice. I don't want to say anything else about the rest of the book. Nice. But that's kind of gives you the premise of what this story is and the big characters in the story. Now, in the back, oh my gosh, look at this. We do get the little Tales of Harrow County. Again, not the ones from the book, Tales of Harrow County, that actually has 2 miniseries. These are just the little 1-pagers or 2-pagers that were in the original library editions featuring characters of Harrow County. And we get the short tales back here, because Cullen Bunn, I believe, started this series as the Haints or something like that. It was a website that he was just uploading Countless Haints, that's what it was. He was just uploading different stories. I believe he wrote a total of 10 chapters, if I'm not mistaken. I know when I interviewed him before, he was telling me about this. 9 chapters. I guess chapter 10 never happened. And then, oh, there's all kinds of goodies. And it's like I mentioned, that's a lot of back matter. That's a lot of extras. So you have interviews. You have introductions of the different people that help make this book. You have pin-up artwork in here from different creators. And then the sketchbook. And the sketchbook, to me, is completely worth it. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Dark Horse Library editions. Because they add as much as they possibly can to the book as extras. You have character designs here for the original characters, and each one broken down by what library edition they belong to. You have the different watercolors and decisions on the color tones that Tyler Crook made, and the evolution of characters. I can't go through each and every one of these. And then original pages and original panels and covers. And this is, love that. So this is kind of what the pencil looks like before it's inked, and then you have the watercolors, and there's Harrow County, making sure that that stands out. So you see a lot of the pencils here. And then, of course, the color studies. There is the script, the thumbnail sketches, blown up. What is this here? Oh, the art process. And again, taken from the different Harrow County library editions, the painting process, which is a huge task. I think the book came out in 2014 and it went all the way to 2019. And you get a little bit of the haints here. The skinless boy, the bestiary, the tattered skin, the woodland ghosts, and then the goblins that appear through here. The sketches to the covers of the single issues, Library Edition Volume 4, and then this is awesome. This is the dust jacket of the library editions, in case you missed them, and what's underneath the dust jacket, so like the secret cover, the extra covers. I think we called it the secret cover. So not only do you get the dust jacket cover, but you get what's the art on board, pretty much. So they did not miss anything in this collection. It is all in this book, including where else you can follow the either Cullen, Bunn, or just Harrow County books. And then your end sheets here. Let's take a look at this binding and build. The book has 1,080 pages, and it has sewn binding, printed in this thick, glossy stock paper, and it does have a ribbon. So what I want to do now is compare a little bit of the internal artwork to a library edition. Let's get one of those. All right, so let's open them up. Again, I showed you that you do get the cover on the dust jacket and then the extra cover on the board there. Harrow County. I will say immediately that the library edition has really thick paper compared to the Complete Harrow County. It's a little thinner. It's not that it's super thin or anything, but these library editions that Dark Horse publishes are super thick. And kind of give you a little comparison here. As far as the colors, though, honestly, and this is very important, even though that this is a little bit thinner, the colors are identical to that of the library edition. Like, there is no difference here between both of these. The complete collection over here and the library edition. I wish they had called it something else, because I know, like, Hellboy's the monster-size Hellboy. There's Big Damn Sin City, Colossal Conan. Complete Harrow County just doesn't seem like, it's not enough. It needs to be like the Hainty Harrow County. That's stupid. Never mind. You know what? Forget I just said anything. Complete Harrow County works. The way that the book lays over, as a matter of fact, you get just a tiny more gutter loss over here in this edition, and that's to do with the binding. Not that it's bad, but over here, like, for a book this big to be laying down like this, I think most people will probably be like, oh man, I'm worried about that spine. Actually, the spine feels good because it's a flat spine, and it doesn't feel like the Hellboy spine, for example. Just a little bit of comparison here again. Paper size is the same. I did want to look at the covers, because I know when you have a different color of frame, it does affect the way the colors look. So it seems like it's a little more yellowish tone over here in this edition, because they're using a brown instead of this black frame around the cover. But everything else, yeah, looks the same. Even the extras, which are all, of course, in the back of this book. Let's look at Volume 3. This is the introduction by Chris Schweitzer, which is in the back of this book. Again, this is not missing anything. Wanted to look and see at the frames. Yep. And then, of course, the Harrow County book right here. Again, that's just crazy that there's really no gutter loss here, nor here. Beautiful book. Beautiful, beautiful book. Huge, beautiful, creepy, amazing book. But that's it. That, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this complete collection, when it comes out, don't forget to check out our sponsors.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, and you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. That was the content, the page count, the build, and of course all the extra goodies in this particular collection, and the comparison to the library editions. In the comments down below, let me know if you are going to pick this up, if you've only heard about it and have wanted to check it out, but some of those library editions have been out of print, and this is the way you're going to collect it in a big oversized format, or if you have the library editions, if you're going to pick this up, or the trade paperbacks if you're going to upgrade. And hopefully one day, Cullen, Bunn, and Crook will continue stories of Harrow County, and we'll have a complete Tales of Harrow County. But that's it, everybody. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Smash that like button. Check us out on Patreon and Spreadshop. Amazing ways to support the channel. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.